You're listening to I'm Telling You. You're listening to I'm Telling You.
Hey fam, welcome back to another episode of I'm Telling You.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Right now, right here.
It's not happening, bro.
I'm telling you.
As always, your host, Philly D.
Mr. Gemini.
Clickety clack, fact check Miss JD.
Yeah, and as always, we like to start by saying, hey, please reach out to us. We like to continue that conversation. We really do love getting
Collectively at ity@directionsinmusic.org. Yeah, we
I'm
love
in the middle of showing appreciation. You're just like, no, you're just gonna email us. That's it. No love. Just go.
No,
And just do it right now. Send us an email. Don't even listen to us. Just turn this off. Go email us. God. But yeah,
If you didn't hear that,
collectively,
it was ity@directionsinmusic.org. Never mind this guy right here.
yeah, if you want to never mind this guy right here, you can hit him up at GEMINI@directionsinmusic.org.
Or you can hit this guy up, Philly D.
My name's Philly D.
PHI.
LLY.
D.
D.
At directionsinmusic.org. Which, yeah, that's for first-time listeners. This is what we do. This is a 30-year friendship of us treating each other like pure gold, loving, respectful, always inclusive.
In our solid gold studio.
Yeah, well, hey, someone's got to do it, right? But yeah, this is what we do. So strap on in because it's going to be an hour of this. You're welcome. She's just like,
If looks could be heard.
dude. I mean, we do have a face for radio. That's that's what we got.
Yes, that's true.
That's what we got going on over here. Hey, I said we. I included myself. Yes, I am as handsome as I sound. Where's
Don't know if
Reese when
that's a
you
good
need
thing.
him?
Yeah.
I know,
yeah.
right?
Can you make this sound better than it really is?
I mean, he sounds like a young Denzel circa 1987, St. Elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like he sounds like, and I think he also feels he looks like.
Well, then he says he doesn't like the sound of his voice. So,
Yeah, because he's way more handsome than he thinks his voice makes him sound.
but of course, at that time, he was half in the bag. So,
At that time, he was half in a bottle of Anejo.
that is true.
I think that's a more impeccable statement.
That is more accurate, I would say,
That is a fact.
descriptionarily speaking.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically he owes us a bottle the next time he comes in. So,
Well, that's what he was saying. I didn't say that. He said that.
We have audio proof. It's a verbal agreement.
We do. I mean,
So-
I'm not the type of person to take that and
Last time I saw him, I was like, yo, bro. He's like, no, I never said. I was like, I, in fact, have proof. That's what you said. It's exactly what you said.
I'm pretty sure it was broadcast as well. So if you heard that, please write into the show.
Right. Give us full support that Reese owes us tequila.
If he brought a bottle, I think that would be awesome, but no pressure.
I mean,
You know,
as long as it's from a shelf and not the floor, I'm okay with free tequila.
I have half a mind thinking that maybe he'd offer it to us and say we're not allowed to open it in his presence because
The seventh time Reese was arrested, he had brought his bottle of tequila, and hilarity ensued.
I am
Rice.
Dude, I'm telling you, bro. I'm just saying.
as a t-shirt.
Just as a thing. I don't know, t-shirts, book bags. It's a thing.
Just Reese with the umlaut, right?
I mean,
Just the name, all in caps.
I guess no. Just the R would be capped with the umlaut. This way you get the emphasis on the R, and then it just, like a nice 808, you get that punch up front, and then just kind of like, tapers off.
Do that again?
No.
Oh, shucks.
Shucks. Easy there, Opie. Gonna go hang out with Wally and
I was trying to see
Beeve.
if you just jump right into it again, but I guess not.
No, because you told me to. You didn't even ask, man. That was so rude. Wasn't even consideration. It was just.
Whatever.
It's a little late now.
How's that go again?
How does what go?
How's that go again, please? Like, whatever, man.
What did you? I'm my bad for having proper manners and shit. And
Just being conversational. It's not like I have to.
now you're being a douche. See, this is a prime example.
You're putting it on me. Like it's don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. I'm just saying you didn't ask. You told me.
You're the judging mother.
No, you told me, and I'm telling you that you told me. I'm telling you. You are now. Now you're all good.
But you said I'm good, Spider. I'm all good.
No, Spider was in fact. That's not what he heard. He's lying.
He's lying. That didn't happen.
No, but
But dance.
But he did get shot in the foot, so that kind of, I guess, makes up for it.
I want to say, was that the first Tarantino before Tarantino?
Well, what do you mean by that first Tarantino before, like?
Because that movie.
Oh, you mean in the style of telling?
That movie started at the end and then worked back up to it again.
Yeah, but see, that wasn't the only one that had done that at that point.
No, but it stands out in my mind because, of course, it's a favorite. But
yeah, no, I think Tarantino was just that was his style.
to flip up. Well, I mean, specifically Pulp Fiction. It wasn't like he did that all the time, but it became like to Tarantino a flick became like an adjective, I guess, at some point.
Well, I feel that most of what he does, it's either the end or halfway through, or somehow or another, he gives you that teaser of like, this is what you're going to see. Now how we get there.
Right.
And then kind of takes you on that journey. Just grabs your attention.
Which, if you think about it, I mean, not that it wouldn't still be a decent movie, but would Pulp Fiction be the same movie if you watched it in perfect order? And I've heard people have gone through the trouble of actually piecing it back together.
And watching it chronologically in order.
Which would just seem odd to me.
So then you're going to get like all the flashbacks in the beginning.
Yeah, like it would just seem really
like, because
it would seem more disjointed.
Well, yeah, because then the scene with the scene where
is that out there? Does somebody have that posted?
Putting that fit, I don't know.
Put in proper order. I never actually looked for that.
Yeah, but when Bruce Willis is getting his watch from Christopher Walken as a kid, chronologically.
Well, no, but that could be as a flashback in chronological, normal storytelling mode. But it depends on that's your choice as a editor where to put that. I guess
that's what I'm saying. Like if you were to literally chop every inch of that so that it's 100% as accurate as possible in chronological order. I mean, I think I would still want to watch that movie.
In standard storytelling chronological order, which means that would have to be a moment of reflection at some point in the present.
No, well, but think about that though.
Because you're talking about going back to childhood. Like that's obviously a flashback moment.
If that's the earliest moment being depicted in that movie.
So that just gets played and that's the beginning of the movie.
That would be the opening scene. Think about that, dude.
Him hearing about watching this guy's ass for 7 years.
Well, this kid just playing, doing his thing. And then like this guy comes over and starts telling the story about his dad and watching his ass. That's a hell of an opening scene, bro.
Like, I'm playing with Matchbox, yo. I don't know what.
Yeah, I'm over here with my sticks and things, and you're talking about this watch that's been in your ass. Did you wash the watch? Like, just hand this thing to me all assed up?
Like, yeah, what is this?
It's been steam cleaned?
Am I supposed to be happy or proud to own something that's been in two people's asses?
In two people
for the last decade and a half? I mean,
and it still works. It's just an attestament to how well the quality of that watch is.
Yeah, but do you really want to wear that on your wrist? I'm just saying.
I mean,
I don't know.
Not until I get it.
That was just a side issue. Like, what the hell's in the briefcase? That's what I wanted to know.
It was his spirit. You didn't know that part? That's why
that's what I heard. It was his soul.
Well, yeah, because that's why he had the Band-Aid on the back of his neck, because that's the point in which you can extract or.
So he sold his soul and then he wanted to get it back?
Well, I think that wasn't set straight. It may have been he was getting it back or he was, selling it, or, you know what I mean? Like, so that was him making his deal so he can be the next big guy or some shit, or I don't know.
Wait, we were talking about which guy? It was Bing?
Yeah, his character. What the hell is his name now? I'm going to blank.
Marcellus?
Yeah.
Was it Marcellus
Yeah,
Wallace?
Marcellus Wallace. Yeah, does Marcellus Wallace look like a bitch? what? Say what one more time?
I dare you.
Yeah, that's that whole scene. Yeah.
A couple hard pipe hitting motherfuckers.
Dude, I'm still
Go to
stuck
work
on
on your
freaking
ass with a pair of
Brad.
pliers and a blowtorch.
What?
Brad.
Check out the big brain on Brad. Yeah.
But yeah, I think watching that movie in order would just be weird. I mean, forget about the part with the flashback. I'm just saying, like,
That's what I'm saying. If you do it in literal, as succinct, chronological flashbacks, all everything.
so the flashback at the beginning,
Yeah, like
Where it
literally
should be.
just take every scene and chronologically order it.
all flashbacks first.
Yeah.
And then the movie in chronological order.
Well, no, that would still be in chronological order. So it would literally be as each one of those moments happened, whichever one progressively is the next one in order. That's the next scene.
Historically speaking, not
Yeah. Yeah, straight 100% chronological.
I'm assuming it was intended as a memory flashback.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about physical time transpired. So it's no longer a flashback. It's now that moment.
Yeah, all the past experience flashbacks, if you want to call them that, would all occur first in the movie chronologically, and then the story would unfold from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That scene with the watch in the ass, like that,
I think that would be a really interesting movie, though.
that's a hell of an intro.
We have to figure out if this actually exists. It's got to, because I've heard of this before.
It's like when you play Pink Floyd.
I'm locating it.
You're locating it.
Enhance.
I got my feelers out.
Yeah.
Enhance.
God damn it, just put it.
Next person that says shenanigans.
Shenanigans? Yeah, now what?
What's that
Yeah.
place?
Hey, Farva, what's that place you like with the mozzarella sticks and all the goofy shit on the walls? Oh, what, you mean shenanigans? Yeah, that. Oh. Yeah, dude, they like offer up a couple of guns, I think.
They all point the butt of their gun.
Well, yeah, Mac had his sticking out, but first, like, here you go. He's ready to clock him. Just got to take it. There's right there. Pass the baton. You're turning the relay race.
You know,
Just-
honestly, I'd seen that movie a couple times, Super Troopers, before I realized that, like, while he was speaking to the whole group in the classroom, like, he just pointed the gun. Like, he literally turned the gun to face. Well, who was it that was giving him shit?
Farva. Oh, the other guy.
It was Farva and the other guy that were going at it, I think. And he said something wise, and he just pointed the gun. Like, I didn't even see that the first time.
Oh, you mean when they were having the talk,
Yeah.
their morning conversations or whatever.
Yeah, like in that little, I called it classroom, but in the
Yeah, that's their morning
the dugout, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it's just like, you're coming in for your shift. That's just everybody's checking in. You get your little daily report. Here you go. So
You
you
get
got
your job designation for the day, but
your agenda and your whatever the fuck, all that good shit.
you know what I'm saying.
But yeah, no, that's dude, there's so many good things about that movie. Like, there's so many subtleties. There's so many jokes. That's why I like Broken Lizard as a troupe. Because I mean, even back in the day when they first started coming out, their first production was Puddle Cruisers, and it was
even know what
them
that is.
it was them in college,
Okay.
and they all like knew each other, and the one guy was like stealing ice cream or some shit, and then there was like another chick, and there was a dude with like two girls' names, and he was like first names, like his first and last was first names and girls' names. I
Okay.
forget his name, but it was all girl stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd have to hear it.
Yeah, but dude, it's just like, it's a very slow playing movie. It's almost like Clerks in a sense, where you're just watching the story happen, and they're just picking interesting enough moments and showing you how they like relate. It just keeps you watching. So I mean, it just, from the first production I've ever seen of them, there's been an intelligence behind what they're doing, that when you add in their hilarity, because it's just like, dick and fart jokes basically, they're freaking funny, man.
Well, was that an attempt at like a fly in the wall production? I mean, Clerks, the whole idea of Clerks.
Well, it was also the fact, I think he only did it with like $700 or some shit or $1,000.
Well,
it was like ridiculous.
It was obviously a very low budget film.
Yeah, massively, but he proved that he could still make a high quality production with. And dude, that movie is a classic. I mean, it's a part of my collection for sure, dude. Like,
oh, word, no doubt.
Yeah, dude. Several Kevin Smiths, like, but same thing. John Hughes, Guy Ritchie. You know, I mean, I have my directors that I'm like, yo, y'all are my jam. Definitely got quite a few of each of theirs.
You feel like those are like directors or producers that you could like hand any kind of obstacle to, and they'll just be like, oh, no problem, we'll figure it out.
I mean,
I'll still make a good film. You know?
I like their style or whatever. I mean, everything they've ever done's been decent. I mean, Tarantino, quality. I got a bunch of his too. Like,
Tarantino's good.
Yeah, man.
He cracks me up as an actor, but he's good. I think he's meant to. I mean, it's so tongue in cheek. It's like, is this for real?
I don't know. I would so far
like he's overacting.
Well,
it's like, but it's intentional. Is it intentional? I don't like.
I mean, I almost feel like he's underacting. Like it's so overacting. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't. It's like all of a sudden the camera turns on. He's on that side. He turns
off.
Weird.
There's something off about him on screen. Yeah.
Although I will say this, I feel like in Django Unchained, when he played I think Australian or New Zealander, so he was from down under somewhere, down that way. Yeah, I can't remember if he was an Aussie or from New Zealand, but so he's from down there, but he was up here and
Kiwi.
Yeah, something like that, whatever. Yeah, I think, but that was him. I actually kind of believed him in that role for once, where it wasn't that feeling that you're talking about, where you're just like watching, you're like, there's something, it's just, this isn't, I can't watch it. And you're just like, you got to turn away. So, I mean, but this was, in that role, actually like watching, I was like, all right, good job, buddy. Good job.
There's just certain actors you can't imagine in certain roles. Not that it couldn't possibly work, but Sylvester Stallone in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. It just doesn't. It just doesn't sound right.
Their Streetcar Named Desire. Like halfway through, he just starts yelling Adrian, doesn't even realize it.
Everybody just rolls with it. It's okay.
Like, no, just let's go. He's improvising. It's like scat and jazz. It's just watching it happen. No, it's a hard pass.
Just let him go. You don't want him to have an episode.
Well, dude, Nicolas Cage originally was propositioned to be Neo in The Matrix.
I think you were telling me that before.
And he turned that shit down. Which, when I heard that, I was like, I mean, I could see that, but
I wonder if
that's a whole nother movie.
Do you think he ever regretted that, or do you think he,
I don't know. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say?
Do you think he ever regretted that, like making that decision?
I mean, I honestly don't even care to
speculate.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty,
I couldn't imagine
that movie with anyone else as Neo.
It would not be the same movie.
No, I mean, absolutely not. Like, there's plenty of movies, especially franchises. Like, there's been plenty of Batmans, and you're just like, yeah, I mean, it was Batman. There you go. Good job. Good Batman, buddy.
Yeah, it was your turn.
It just wasn't, and then freaking with Heath Ledger or whatever with his version of the Joker, like now,
oh God,
now that,
I mean, that was epic.
Amazing. Yeah, dude. It's shit like that. And, Nicholas, or Nick, what the hell?
Joaquin Phoenix does a great Joker too.
That
was actually quite disturbing how good it was.
Yeah, but,
it was dark and real.
Why the hell can't I think of his name now? Jack Nicholson. There you go.
Yeah.
Because I was like putting the Nick in the freaking. It's not his last
Well, Jack Nicholson was the Joker we grew up with, and there was nothing wrong with that. I mean, that was.
He played. I mean, that was a dope version. It was very comic book. And I felt, that version, because that was also Danny DeVito as like the Penguin and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
I felt like that whole era. It
felt
Batman
honest.
Was all kind of very comic booky.
Yeah, and it was very much an homage. Like, it was nothing but straight respect in the way they did it, and it just, you know what I mean? Like, he did a dope Joker. Danny DeVito is fucking Penguin and shit. Like,
see, I prefer the more recent ones where they went back to what I would consider the original as the Dark Knight series.
Oh, Christian Bale and all
Is
that
it-
stuff.
Well, yes, actor wise, but I'm just saying like the storyline that came from the graphic novel when Batman first
Air
started.
quotes, graphic novel.
Yeah, and I don't know. Actually, I don't even know in the timeline. Like I could be talking bullshit. I don't even know, but in the timeline when the Dark Knight came out, but I thought it was the original story was based on this guy that really it was kind of hard to tell if he was the hero or a vigilante. Like, what do you call,
Like he almost was.
And there was a darker side to that didn't normally come out in the comic book.
Yeah, he had very much like American Psycho kind of.
Or maybe the comic book was that way, but the Adam West that we grew up with and the stuff that came after that, like until it got back to this point where it's like, no, like I'm pretty sure the Dark Knight series was kind of what sparked it all up. And I may be wrong on that, but it seemed to me the much more realistic side of things that he was, he was a scary individual. And yes, he was wealthy and powerful, and it was like his alter ego. And there was you could go into all the psychology behind all that too. And it was actually a rather deep story, but dark. It was kind of like if you imagine like all the fairy tales and crap we grew up with, when you read the originals, they're so much darker.
Oh, true.
You know what I mean? If you go back and like what was it? Grimm? Brothers
Rich
Grimm?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just sitting here thinking about all of the Batmans, and I'm just like, you know what? I really do like me some Morgan Freeman. Well, because he plays the freaking
He was like the tech guy.
yeah, and the Christian Bale versions. Which I mean, dude, you know what? I loved seeing him, and here he is, like because it was not Bruce Almighty. It was the second one, I think, right?
What are you talking about?
With Morgan Freeman, where he played God or whatever. Like that's just
Evan Almighty,
Evan. Yeah, I think so.
Steve Carell.
Yeah, but but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Morgan Freeman though, like he's just that guy's in everything.
Morgan Freeman's play God. Yes.
Yeah.
Not many people can say that.
Well, just I know sure.
George Burns.
Yeah, he played a pretty good God.
Yeah.
That was definitely dope.
Remember,
Do like me some George Burns. But yeah, no, dude, Morgan Freeman is like
we had a pop singer play God too, right?
a pop singer.
Yeah. Who the hell was God in? I'm trying to think the singer's name.
I don't even know what is the reference to. Because I mean, what did they? What did you like?
I'm trying to think the name of the movie now. You're gonna slap me because it's the same guy, Kevin Smith stuff.
Wait, in Dogma,
Yeah.
Alanis Morissette played God.
Alanis
there you
Morissette.
go.
I said singer, right? Yeah, Alanis Morissette.
Yeah, who the fuck is this? Why are you covering my? And she just like touches him.
How many people can say they've played God in an acting role, in a serious acting role? Is that a big list? I wonder.
Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi played God.
Yeah, in Miracle Workers.
I guess Bruce Almighty, but he was playing God for a short period. He wasn't actually
Whoopi
God.
Goldberg did twice.
Really?
Would you just like pull up a list who's played God?
I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
Right.
Wiki's
Google that.
probably got one of them shits or something.
Yeah, it's up there somewhere. I'm sure.
I already have it up.
Actually, I'm there. Gosh.
Like throughout the ages, like who's played the role of God?
Okay. Rex Ingram in The Green Pastures, 1936.
Ooh, is that the first?
Groucho Marx in Skidoo in 1968. George Burns in Oh God in 1977.
Oh God, you devil!
Also in Oh God, the Book 2 in 1980 and Oh God, the Devil in 84.
Yeah, 84.
Then Ralph Richardson in The Time Bandits in 81.
Time Bandits.
Robert
That's a dope movie.
Morley in The Second Time Lucky in 84.
Dude, I was like, we're
Birdie
just like
Maine in The Night Train to Terror 85.
we're just like running through the list. How
George
many?
Plimpton.
George Clinton.
It's a pretty big list, though, right? And people
You-
that
No, not Clinton.
I was like George Clinton.
Plimpton.
Plimpton?
No. Plimpton.
Plankton?
open your ears.
What's the matter for you? I don't know. So that answers your question. A crap ton of people have played God.
Right. Oh, that's good.
That doesn't even sound like that was like page 1.
I mean, how does that not get to you as an actor, though?
What, that you have to play God?
Like, I've been God, man.
I've been God.
I'm so good. I've played God. I've played a sports athlete. I played Ray Charles. I played,
Dude, well, I forget the name of it. It's a newer movie with our guy, Alan Tudyk, right? Where the one individual in the movie, the character, is a con man, so he plays God. So technically, it's an actor playing a con man that's playing God. But
that's a technicality.
I know, right? But it's with Alan Tudyk, and it's like super dope. Just because, I mean, I love him. But and the guy who plays God, I forget I think he was in the Royal Tenenbaums and some of that stuff.
You know what I just watched, actually? A Knight's Tale.
Would you?
Do you remember him in that?
Oh no! I was just thinking the Black Knight with Martin Lawrence.
No. A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
But he was one of the guys that was, what do you call that? Like a page or something for like a jousting.
Yeah, because he wasn't the announcer. He wasn't his warm-up guy.
No, they found him.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, Squire. His squire. I think he was his squire because he cared for the horses and the armor and like that kind of shit.
But he played a role in that movie, and I just thought his character was hilarious. And he was always like trying to kick the crap out of somebody.
Dude, he just cracks me up, man. I love him as freaking Steve the Pirate Dodgeball.
Right.
See, I mean, because I mean, even in his new stuff, Resident Alien, like I like him as an actor.
His expressions just crack me up.
Well,
Like,
yeah. Oh, what is it? Oh God, the something in Dale, whatever versus Evil. Oh God, the Turk and Dale, or what the hell is it? Or Dale and Tucker versus Evil. There you go. I got there. Yeah, it's when they're out in the woods, and it's the heavier set guy. What the hell's his name? Dude, if you know who he is, as soon as you see a picture, you'll be like,
they're out in the woods.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, yeah, Dale and Tucker.
Tyler Laban.
Yeah, he needs a picture.
I just heard they're out in the woods. I'm like,
Well, yeah, but they're just
hey,
well, but that's the thing. So it's the premise that it's the premise that they're out in the woods living in like a cabin, just to be like, we're getting away from the city. We're just having good living. We're gonna go fishing. I just bought me this house, and it's like, two buddies just enjoying themselves. But there's this like group of kids that come up, typical horror movie, out in the middle of nowhere, messes with the kid at the freaking grocery store, which is like the only store in the entire area. Like sets the whole thing where it's like
general store.
Yeah, you already know the kids are douchebags and they're probably going to be doing like sex and drugs and rock and roll. So somebody's dying here, but they run into the two guys, which is, Alan Tudyk and Tyler, whatever his last name was, I forget. But runs into them thinking, they're like, oh my God, these are two hillbillies that are going to like murder us and all this shit. And they're just like two guys that are just like, no, we're out fishing. I swear to God. Like, we're just trying to get away from the city. And it's just the entire thing is like, because these kids are getting murdered off, but it's like one of their buddies or something.
That shouldn't be making noise. I just turned that down.
Don't look at me. It's not mine.
The hell?
There's your photo.
What's that?
It's the photo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good job. That's what she texted you the picture because you're so smart. You're the smartest. And he's over here just like, la, 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 la. Oh, I forgot to hook things up when I just get, yeah, that guy, Tyler. Yeah,
Okay.
he plays, I think Dale or he's Tucker. He's one of the two.
It's so good when I'm actually connected to things. And
When I'm connected.
I didn't expect that to make so much noise. Though. I don't know how to turn that down.
with the volume button,
I
bro.
turned down the volume of the rings and stuff.
The reasons where you can also go into. Why are we? This is not what we talk about here.
No, this is not.
We'll have a technical session later.
Yeah, right. This is not a
green room
YouTube
crap we
video
should've
where
dealt
we're going to
with.
show you how to use your iOS or some shit. This is not the way it works, bro.
It's in your sound settings. It's your notifications and your media. It's not just your system.
I do for some reason. I just got that. You can do this. You can live in a van down by the river. No living in a van down by the river.
Oh my god!
Although
Sounds like a
nowadays,
good time.
if you're really fortunate enough, you can live in a van down by the river.
With your banjo.
Dude, no, this is just a real thing now. Instead of paying rent and shit, people just live off, freaking, they gorilla sleep or some shit.
RVs.
Yeah, because there are plenty of businesses and stuff that'll let you stay overnight, but as long as it's like overnight, or the weekend or something, or you know what I mean, like if it's a day or 2, 3 years, then
I like
but
the
they're
idea.
seeing it moving, but if not,
Just
then it's like
homestead, buying a plot in the middle of nowhere that's got, a river or a stream or something, and like a means of getting fresh water and
well, see, you know what? Here's the thing,
creating
dude.
energy.
Even if you have a dry well, so like say you had like a water table there, but it's been depleted because the soil's just like so destroyed and everything, right? If you come in and actually start doing certain like building components into the ground, making amendments and modifications, the water can actually start to be absorbed and can truly start to infiltrate the ground, causing that stuff to break down even further, and like then you can actually start to get water that absorbs into the land that rebuilds, if not grows, its own aquifer. And, you can even get a spring from that shit. Like there's tons of cats that have, done that where they've just, because you get like what they call deforestation. Well, you get reforestation is, building like swells and getting channels and having collection ponds and, working with all these different systems that when you do get the rain, you can do something with it. And the more you get, the quicker, the easier it goes. And as you get more, it starts to develop the land, which only causes more continuous rainfall, because as you build those breaks where the fronts come through and you have all these different trees and, the hills and the valleys now have, density to them, you can stall stuff out or build, and it's just like that's where most of the action is allowable to happen. But when you're out in the middle of the desert where there's nothing, everything just carries straight over it. It's just like there ain't nothing there to grip it up.
Yeah, that's true.
So as you develop the land further and further, it carries a greater potential for additional rainfall as well as storage and usage. Yeah, a lot of spots in like India have been doing this for a while now. And they were doing it up in like China was redoing their one. They were trying to like almost like stop and slow down the depletion, where I guess the growth of their one desert, the Gobi or whatever. So they're building what they call the Great Green Wall of China.
I can't believe I know nothing about this.
Oh yeah, it was just because they were going through different sections of their their mountains and dry arid areas and reforesting. They're doing this for like decades, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
It's good for the earth, man.
Well, dude, you know what? I feel that no matter what,
Centuries.
well, no matter what, like because every time we look at any and all of the data, because me, I like give me evidence, give me reoccurring, because once it's more than a few times, it's like, all right, we're going past coincidence now. Like this sounds more probable at this point. You give me the data on all that, and it's just like the things that they're telling us is, this earth has always come back, no matter how hot or cold or in between, or this freaking asteroids, and you're getting like nuclear fallout and all, like do all these different things, volcanoes and storms, and yet the earth is still here. It's still producing. It is still loving and amazing.
The earth ain't going anywhere.
Dude,
That's not
we
the problem.
might.
Yeah, that's
you know,
not the
that's
problem.
where more likely we're gonna go somewhere before we even get to that place where we could possibly be destroying stuff, because it's just like, dude, the Earth is just like, I've had enough, and it just, you know, takes, because I mean we have tons and tons and tons of data of all these different species over time that have just been, you know, around, and
Regardless of what kind of tragedy.
yeah, they all come and they all go. Every single one of them. There's that, you know, that's the one constant on this planet. We will die. Deal with it. You know
Well,
what I
yeah,
mean?
man.
It's like, okay, so yeah, might as well just start living, bro. Just get it over with. We're good to
You
go.
can't have a one-sided coin.
Yeah, right? There is a yin to the yang. There is always like, dude, there's just.
But with every death is new creation.
But see, and that's the thing is like, especially because even science says it.
One can't exist without the other.
Well, science says that there is no destruction of anything. It's just matter being rearranged. You know, entropy or whatever. It's like, dude, nothing is really ever lost. It's just turned into something else. So whether it's another chemical compound or a molecular structure or, you know, like physical.
Just a different vibration, man.
That's exactly. It's like nothing ever.
It's just a different vibration.
Nothing truly dies. It just turns into something else. That's it, man. We are
deep,
just stardust floating in the wind. Dust, wind.
You're my boy, Blue.
Dude.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was doing Bill and Ted's.
Sorry. What? Dust, wind.
Yeah, when they're talking to like Socrates. And he's just like.
Socrates.
Yeah, but he's like quoting, I forget what band it is. And then he just like, Keanu Reeves just like goes, dust, wind, dude. And he's like, oh yes, just like the sand in the hourglass. We are, but and they're just like, all right, we got to go, Socrates. They're just like dragging him off the freaking podium. Like, let's go, homie. Gotta go do our show, bro.
Watch your robe on the escalator.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Socrates, don't get sucked up. Oh my god, dude! Man, all three of those, I stand by it still. All three of the Bill and Ted's, love them, absolutely love them.
All three.
All three, because it finishes the role. It does everything right. You know what I mean? They bring the freaking Reaper back. There's everything right with Bill. You know, Bill Sadler. Love that guy.
That's 5 out of 7.
Damn straight, dude. I'm telling you, man. Oh yeah, dude. They beat him at like football.
Every time you say that, you crack me up.
Well, dude, because every time I think about it, it cracks me up.
You'll answer me like that, and it's the timing that's perfect. I'm like,
well, yeah, I know. Or like when anytime you're all like, you know, I would splash the pot. It's just like, yeah, I do. Oh, yeah, that's pretty much like, fuck your couch. That's what that is. But it's a polite way of doing it, right?
Yeah.
You know.
I'm gonna let you know what you're doing, but I'm gonna make it funny though.
I think that's accurate.
That's how we communicate. We communicate with movie quotes and song lyrics and
it keeps everything light.
personal memories and
Yeah, everything is fun and
ongoing
you know,
jokes.
Dude, we are ongoing jokes. That's for sure. Separately and together, we are the.
Was it negative reinforcement? Is that your?
Oh, our pull team. Yeah, dude. But that's the thing is we're just as quick to give you help as we are to give you shit, and
It's all in the name, man. Don't take offense.
Yeah, no, and that's our excuse too. Where it's like you don't call ourselves negative reinforcement for a reason. They're just like, oh, I get that now. You're like, yeah, we're just a bunch of shit talkers. Like we don't mean any of this, and we know it.
We really don't care. It's not that deep.
Yeah, dude, it's just because it's the one night a week when we all just get out, you know, maybe have a couple of beers, shoot some pool, bullshit with each other, and just
Load up.
a little bit. Not, you know, we're all dads and shit at this point, and like moms and stuff, so we're like all responsible. So we might have a couple of drinks, but you know, we're there for like hours,
Right.
just shooting pool, shooting shit, talking trash, just having a good time. You know, it's like our one night out to just like
Saturday, bro.
It is our Saturday, bro. It's fucking Thursday night, but it is Saturday, bro.
Saturday, bro.
All day Saturday. Yeah, it is. Yeah, man. So that's why we just, I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing if we, like me and a couple of those guys, like we'll go out and like golf together and stuff. it continues. It's what we do.
It doesn't matter what game you're playing.
No, yeah, we just talk trash the whole time. Even if you're doing well, and just be like, oh yeah, just gonna pick at your pace and just keep. Oh, hey, I see how it is. Oh, I can choose when I want to play.
You could be playing tiddlywinks. It would still.
Oh yeah, be still so much trash talking. Yeah, but and
paper football. You know what I mean? Like,
you probably. Yeah. Oh, nice corners. Where'd you learn that? Kindergarten. Fuck, my little sister does better than you. She's in preschool. Like, no, bro. But yeah, no, I do. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But that's the same thing. Is we're not talking like actual trash on each other. We're just talking trash in what we're talking about.
You're not really super competitive like that. It's just
none of us give a shit who scores better than who. Because if anybody has a great score, whatever it was for them, it's just like. Even if they have a crap score, it's like, who gives a shit? We were still out. We had a good time, right?
I like when people are honest about that, though. Like, my drinking team has a bowling problem, kind of thing.
Yeah, I do. That shit cracks me up.
It's and I've heard that that's like a common phrase. I've heard that in many places, and I think that's hilarious because like you said, that's your night out to have fun. Like you're not there to get drunk, but
just relax a little bit.
Of it, yeah.
Well, there's a relaxation that comes from, having a drink. I mean, that's what,
You're not chugging them or throwing them back. You're just
God, no, at least not anymore. I mean, 15 years ago, when we didn't have kids and shit, yeah, that's a whole nother party right there.
If I have to sleep under the bar for a couple hours, it's never.
Dude, it's just,
I know somebody in town, life, was a little simpler.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure every person on our team is now a parent or has been a parent for a while. Some might even, I think a couple of us are grandparents. So it's just, we're just like, dude, I got shit to do tomorrow. Fuck off. Like, can you hurry this up? You're taking too long. Like, dude, and that's the thing is like, if for some reason the 2 or 3 matches in the beginning were taking forever, when that 4th match finally starts or something, that would be something we would say. Cause it's like obviously out of your control. Just be like, could you hurry up already? Jesus, we've been here all night. Don't you want to go home? And it's like, I haven't even, I'm waiting for the other guy still.
Now it's your turn. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just like next, who's on deck? Yeah. You're getting it now, buddy. Yeah. The more trash you talk before, the more you get. Oh yeah. It's stuff that you can't exactly control. Well, so it's like.
It feeds itself.
Well, I think the core of really what we do is to stop taking yourself seriously. Calm the fuck down and go shoot. Like, let's have some fun. Can we? Like, isn't that what we're out here for? If you're not going to do that, I'm just going to talk trash until you do.
And like, I'm an equal diminisher. Like, I will diminish anybody in the room. Like,
but it's
all in good fun.
Well, and so I wouldn't use the word diminish so much because to me that has more of a negative connotation where you're being hurtful or there's an intent behind it.
It's different when you say it with a smile, and it's like, and you're kind of welcoming it in return. Kind of thing. This is a game we play.
It was witty banter.
Yeah.
Is really what it's basically like your mom jokes, but instead it's like you jokes. So we're just making fun of each.
Everybody doesn't get it, but that's your team thing.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, there's plenty of teams that look at us that are just like, ouch, I was like, no, are you kidding me? He said that last Wednesday. That shit was still then. I don't care. You do. It's hilarious. Yeah, when they realize that this is just what we do, because it really is. It's just because we're not literally talking trash on one another. We're just picking at the little, the different things where it's just like, we're here to laugh. Like this is supposed to be fun, right? So, we do it in a, to me, that's the only time when you can actually like jab it. It's the same thing like you and I do.
If I thought I hurt your feelings, I'd be like, yo, man, you okay? We good?
Yeah, we would have that conversation, but
you need to talk or something. Like, I know
typically
nobody else is listening right now. Like,
dude, that happens to me a lot.
Blink twice, or
you
don't have to say anything right now. Is there a robot in the room?
I do blink twice if you're in trouble. Are they watching? Where's the microphones? Yeah, no,
I didn't hear that. Did you blink? I didn't.
But and again, that's I think at the core of what we're doing is we're finding a way to celebrate life, instead of mourning, instead of sitting there just being like, oh, work was hard today. Oh, I'm so sorry. We're just like, oh yeah, you got a job. Fuck off. Oh, I can pay my bills. Look at me. Yeah, like, dude, just shut up. Who gives a fuck? Nobody's better than anybody. We're here to have fun. We're here to just be people. There is no right, wrong, any of it. This is just This is human interaction. Can we do that, please? Yes, cool.
Is that something on like the ground rules, like the basic rules of engagement when playing a gentleman's game or something? Like there's like, we don't talk about work. That kind of thing.
It's supposed to like work, religion, politics.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno.
Well, yeah, but I would agree. There's a certain level where it's just like, do we? Most guys would even say we don't talk wives. Like you don't. We're here to focus on being out playing a game. Let's focus on that. Let's put everything else, leave it behind. This is what we're out in the woods. That's what I'm saying. Dude, golf is like the most childish sport in the world. You're hanging out in the trees with a stick and a ball, trying to put it in the hole in the ground, and then you pick it up and you go do it again. Dude, who came with a 5-year-old invented this shit?
See if you can do it in fewer strokes.
Well, dude, it's not even that. It's just like, somebody comes over and says, "Hey, Timmy, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh, I'm playing ball." You're like, "What's ball?" He's like, "Oh, I just put this rock and throw it in a hole." Watch, and you like wax it. Holy crap, that looks like fun. And then all of a sudden they just start like doing it, and then they start counting it because now it becomes competitive. So you got to wait for that second guy to hop in on it.
Well, it always becomes competitive.
Yeah, when there's 2 or more dudes, guaranteed somebody's like, counting something.
Like people will race Pintos. It's happened.
I think Yugos would have been funnier, but yeah, that's pretty good too.
People will race just about anything.
I do bicycles.
It's like
foot races.
It's like, and guys,
lawnmowers.
I know lawnmowers, slot cars.
Guys will take pride in saying, "I can wheelie anything on 2 wheels."
I mean,
even if it's like a 90cc.
I mean, you put enough weight on the back, they will go up.
That's true. That is true.
Sometimes they don't stop, however, and then you fall on your back, crack your head. Not that I've ever done that before.
That was funny. How was that? Oh, man. No, I got it all on tape, so don't worry about it.
Hey, watch this. Here, hold my beer.
Oh, my phone fell, but don't worry about it. Went straight to cloud. We're good.
Oh my God. Could you imagine if like a phone actually, if that happened, where it like was recording and somehow or another it's still uploaded? Like it was able to.
You get to watch like the death of the phone.
Yeah, you just get to see yourself falling away from them. Like, no, that's so sad.
Would it be emotional, you think?
I do. It'd be a hell of a replay. That's for sure.
That'd be like a Sundance kind of thing, like.
And you'd be like, look. Do you see the regret in your eyes? Right there. Yeah, that lonely sadness. You can't
recreate that.
No, you can't. Well, that's like in the Alien and all that stuff.
That wasn't even acting. That was just.
They showed you the alien for the first time. That's like raw emotion, man. You just gotta get in the moment. Well, that's what the freaking real world was supposed to be. Was hey, let's watch people live. Lo and behold, it didn't really work that well.
It turns out even the Breakfast Club was less scripted.
I think from what we've checked, there was a solid amount that was they used the ad lib scene or ad lib parts more often than where it's riddled without or something like that. Yeah, it's a very high percentage. But I mean, that's what a good director does, man. Again, John Hughes.
Oh, you don't have to convince me.
Oh, I know. Oh, don't you know?
I know. What do you think you're talking to?
I mean, I don't know.
Sometimes I just don't know.
I can't dance. That's for sure.
I don't feel like I know you anymore.
I don't feel like. Dude, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. No, oh my God.
All right.
Dude, I just had the flashback to all the time you and I were just like, I was there, you were standing, 2 hearts collided. They could never tear us apart. Boom, 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 boom. I have no idea. I have no idea why that popped in my head.
It's so weird.
I think so. That's the same reason, like when I'm doing the music show, where I'm listening to something,
and it'll make you think of something else.
Well, the rhythm of it, or the theme, or
just gonna get you.
There's something within it that triggers an association. Yeah, more or less, it just takes me to another memory, and then that's when I'm just like, oh my God, that would play really well with that.
Would it take
and then
you
it just like
to Funky Town, maybe?
I mean, dude, I do play. Play That Funky Music? Wild Cherry. Mm-hmm. That's like my opening track.
And did that take you to Funky Town?
No, it took me to oh damn it, David Bowie. What is it? I Can Dance or Can We Dance? Oh, what the hell was it? Frick, now I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, We Can Dance. Thank you. What the hell?
We Can Dance.
No, I do.
Yeah.
SSFA. No, not that one. But yeah, no. And then D-Light, Love Is in the Heart. Groove Is in the Heart. Jesus, I can't remember anything. Oh my God. What I'm like falling asleep. Jeez. I haven't even had 2 beers, bro. I haven't had 2 beers.
I thought this is what you did.
Yeah, but I tell you, I wouldn't go off in the day.
And in a radio voice.
And it got beating me up, dude. It was a horrible day today. It happens though.
And we have faces for radio. I just remember that.
I mean, don't we?
I mean, I'm not going to argue.
I mean, I don't think I'm as handsome as Reese is, but I do all right.
I think I'd make an all right puppet.
I'd make. Yo, I saw the rendering. There's the spots making like the freaking beer or whatever. Where they did a can art with me as a referee. I'll have to show you when we get done. When we get
okay.
Oh, it's freaking hilarious. Well, because it's like me bald with like my big old gray, like freaking, my salt and pepper beard, just in a referee shirt in the middle of a bunch of casts, just like break it up because it's a fight between the East and the West. Because it's, yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited.
Sounds good.
Apparently, I'm a caricature.
I like it
on a beer can.
Dude,
that's exciting.
I know, right?
Awesome, right?
Yeah,
like,
our
that's me.
Yeah, right. And our dude's on there too. Zach freaking, he's in the corner on it. So it's like, he sent me the one picture. I was like, that's so dope.
Like a celebrity.
No, I'm not. I'm just some dude that gets to be put on a freaking beer can. I mean,
oh my God, can I have an autographed one?
I mean, technically I work for the company that does it. So, it's not really, it's kind of like cheating almost. I don't know. But still, yeah, it is kind of cool. It's a dope can though. It's going to look really good. I guarantee you that's going to look hot. It's going to can well.
Yeah.
Well, because you only get, when you got a freaking 5x7 label on a 16-ounce can, you only get so much physical space that people see. So you get like, as everything's lined up next to each other, you just get these little strips of what's in front. So you only get, like an 1.5 inch wide, 2-inch strip maybe of freaking visibility on the can. And like, that's what you got to catch the eye with. Mm-hmm. So that can, no matter which way it's sitting, will just be like those awesome strips of just like these crazy looking characters. You're going to be like, what the heck? And it's just like, it'll be a little bit more eye catching because it'll have each individual spot. It'll get good coverage. Yeah, it's a smart can layout, but I don't know.
All right.
And I'm a bald headed freaking bearded referee. Dude, it's like me bushed out, which was like about a year ago, I guess. Because I did trim it back.
Are you going to keep a can into your collection?
Oh, hell yeah, man. I got batch 1 over there, batch 2. Definitely. We didn't do a can for 3. We keg only.
It looks like the same can. Is it just right?
Yeah, they are. They just got different
just different series, but it's the same exact artwork. Right?
Well, yeah, and it's got the different info and stuff on it too, but
cool. I just thought you had 2 of the same, but apparently they're not.
Yeah, no, it's because each one was a different set, and that's the thing is like they were going to be IPAs of a certain capacity, but so that's why we were able to keep the same can, and we just have to change what it was, whether it was different hops or style or percentage or because all that's done after you get the physical rendering that is the can art because that's a 5x7 picture, and then you kind of have to put all your legal mumbo jumbo and disclaimers and blah blah blah,
all the stuff that has to be on there for whatever reason.
It is what it is.
Calories, nutrition facts.
No, not on on seltzers you're supposed to, but not on the beer.
Vitamin B.
Vitamin B. Oh, jeez.
I'm telling you, get your B complex, man. I mean, sure, you might have to drink, like 8 of them, but no, that's your daily supply. Vitamin B.
I'm Cuban B. I knew it. I can feel it. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh, Lord.
Coming in the air. You can feel what?
Dude, I'm telling you, I need to play more Genesis.
Hold on.
Although I do enjoy the fact that I have a very eclectic spread of music that I get to play.
For this moment.
And I am debating going to 3 hours. I will say that.
3?
Yeah. I need to get myself into a better rhythm of.
You should get into a better rhythm.
Yeah, because the rhythm is going to get you. I should. I want to get into a more.
Well, rhythm is a night too. The
night. But yeah, no. As I get into a better rhythm of it, like being able to just sit down and just boom, 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 bang it out, where I can put all my stuff together. Because that's coming up with the playlist. There's a couple different functions to it, but there's also the time component where you need to make sure you have enough time that you can talk about what you're doing, but not too much time that you're not playing enough music. And you know what I mean? Like you're always trying to play as much music as you can, but still making entertaining and giving information,
So you gotta find a way to squeeze it in there if you're like, oh crap, I got a lot of information to say in like 20 seconds.
Well, and there's been a couple episodes already where I have it set out where it's like, oh, I got plenty of time. And then by the time you get to the end, all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, I only got 4 minutes left. Like, shit, I got to wrap oh crap. Dude. And it's like 4 minutes is just enough time to talk about the last little bit, wrap up the show, do the spiel of like, hey, check out all the other stuff we got going on. And then it's like, all right, peace out. I got to go. So yeah, man, there's quite a bit of timing that goes into it. And yeah, as I get better at it, I'll definitely be doing 3 hours soon. It's dope. I really enjoy it. I'm having fun.
Good.
Yeah, getting a couple of requests here and there. It's good shit. It's dope.
You got my request.
That I do, good sir. I've had a few from Our Lady Miss JD.
Yeah, man.
As well as I got a couple of like going out to some of my people. Just to like, hey, I know you would want to listen to this here. Yeah. So they didn't even request. I'm just going to send out the love.
And unfortunately, I keep missing your show, but I'm still going to make the request because it's a great song. But I will say that, like when I go to bed at night now, more often than not, if I put on music, I put on Directions in Music, and I just let it play. I don't even care what's on.
Because it's almost always going to be something it's always good.
It's solid music, whether it's something that like I'm into or not.
Yeah, it's still quality choices.
Right.
Yeah, I can very well agree with you on that. Like it's easy enough just to pop it on and guarantee it doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. There's something that's pretty good just happening.
I know most times I would rather just have like jazz or classical. And a lot of times that's what it is. But sometimes it's something completely different. And sometimes it's a reggae show, which is really kick ass.
There's a lot of reggae, but we gotta. Speaking of wrapping it up.
Wow, speaking of wrapping it up. Okay.
Wrap it up, B. Yo, wrap it up. But yeah, this is as always, fam. We get into it and we got to get it going. But yeah, this is I'm telling you, I'm Philly D,
Mr. Gemini.
Clickety clack a fact check of Miss JD.
Yeah, and please reach out to us all collectively, ITY at directionsinmusic.org. Or you can get my man, Mr. Gemini, GEMINI at directionsinmusic.org.
Or you can get Philly D here at Philly D at directionsinmusic.org. PHILLYD.
Why you gotta say it like that, B?
At directionsinmusic.org.
Yeah, but as always, fam, be good to yourself. Be good to everyone else.
Much love.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.